Welcome back to BetSweats with Joe Ostrowski and Sam Paniotovich on the BetMGM network.
I gave you my birth time, my birth date, and my birth location. Again, we don't have much time, but we have enough time for a good time. What does the spirit say about my times?
Oh, you were born like right after a full moon because you have an Aries sun and a Libra moon. So that means that the sun and moon are opposing each other.
Just a taste of what we're going to get coming up. Gracey the Witch is back. Joe O, Sammy P. Everyone has been looking forward to this moment in the show. You can find her on X at North Astrology. So Gracey has all the information, the birthdays, locations, and times. And that's the info that she needed so she could help us out and find out what is next for all of us. Gracey, thank you so much for coming back on the show. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. You know, outside of the Chiefs being 5-5, everything's going well in my life.
Yeah.
You've got to follow Gracey on social. It's just outstanding content. And really, the football conversations have been really fascinating over the years, following the Chiefs, who have been very kind to you and very kind to a lot of bettors. But you know the drill. We're not here to talk about the Chiefs. We're here to talk about us, because our
Absolutely.
show is not long in the tooth. And you have, if you want to flash up all the notes that you have written down, Joe, she came prepared. She has so many notes. I believe we have Joe, myself, Paul, and Jake. Gerch opted out because he couldn't find his birth certificate. So he will be sitting on the bench for this one. Where would you like to start? I'll give you the baton and you can take it wherever you'd like.
Absolutely. So, Sammy, I obviously have seen your chart before, got to read that one on the last show, and you have so much packed in your third house. And the third house is the one that I really want to focus on for you guys, because you all have third house placements. It's the house of communication, media, journalism, short distance travel, and just yapping in general. It's very brainiac centered. So you guys are all highly intellectual. So I'm not worried about what's going to happen next to you all. You know, with Sam's Mars in his sixth house, he's got to do something that's competitive and fun and actually stimulates his brain. When I went to Joe's chart, it was super exciting because he is also a Cancer rising like myself. So he is ruled by the moon. And that means that the moon is the most important planet in his chart, or the luminary, so to speak. And his moon happens to be in Pisces at the degree of an aviator floating in the clouds. So Joe is meant to travel the world, see different cultures, you know, embrace all these things. And it's a very global placement. It's also a lot with the feet, since Pisces rules the feet. So maybe like a pilgrimage of some sort there, you never know, a hiking trail, some sort of adventure awaits him, as well as I noticed that Joe's Mars is right on his MC. And that's the placement we look for when we talk about athletes and sports in general. And so with Sam's Mars being in Gemini, it's highly intellectual, it's very analytical and numbers based. And then we get to Joe's Mars, which is in Aries, and it's way more about competition, it's way more fiery, it's way more anger based. Sometimes you might be known for a little bit of a temper, but you know, those are things that help shape you in the long run.
He did just talk about blasting his kids with the leaf blower the other day.
Oh my gosh.
That's would make
perfect.
Sense, right, Joe?
And Aries rules over children, so directing that towards your children is even more poignant.
Travel the world. If anybody on that show, I would guess that would be Paul Aspen, because he's a man that's traveled the world. I have not done much traveling, I would say so, yet in my life. But man, that's interesting. Feet. That doesn't mean feet finder, right?
No, not at all. That is definitely more of like you are active with your feet. You're either on your feet a lot, you're running around a lot, but you do have to take care of your feet. They are a sense of spiritual connection for you.
I guess I should get that.
Don't you need foot surgery? Don't you need? Yeah, you need foot surgery. Yeah. He does. He actually needs foot surgery.
Are you serious? Yes. That's wild. You need to take care of your feet. They're a very crucial part to your life.
Oh man.
My favorite chart, though, I do have to have a little bit of a bias here. My favorite chart was Paul's. Paul has this amazing Moon and Jupiter conjunction in his 12th house, and this is the storm chaser degree. It is known as the unexpected thunderstorm. So I don't know if you have any like desires to chase storms, but it's in your chart very loudly.
Not top of the list, but
Okay.
you know, it's time for a change. Maybe we could see.
I love
Weather
that.
Channel.
And you know, you guys both, Paul and Jake, have both very interesting charts. I did enjoy that Jake has his moon in Virgo as well as his north node in Virgo. So that's very physical. That's very connected with the body. And that's also a little bit neurotic. So you need to remember to breathe a lot.
Yeah.
Breathe.
Weighted
Jake.
blanket.
Checks
Yeah.
out.
But you know, with
Checks
Jake's
out.
chart, he's a Leo rising. He's very front facing, very much center of the stage, enjoys being in the center of the stage as well. And you also have a very financially lucrative life ahead of you. So things might feel a
Look
little
at
bit
you.
like squeamish right now, but they're definitely going to get better for sure.
Let's go.
Jake, go ahead. I know you have follow-ups, Jake.
I thought you'd have more follow-ups about me than I do.
If you guys are looking for the next direction, though, you guys all have a lot of solid business placements as well as media and communication placements. So I don't think it's going to be something that's down long. Joe, for you do have a really big transit coming up in June of 2026, and that is your Jupiter return. And that is when all the abundance that you have given out in the world comes back to you.
Good, because that's when my severance is up.
I was mentally doing the math. I was like, that's perfect timing.
I love that you guys are kind of so lighthearted about this. A lot of people be like, oh my gosh, it's all ending. But like, there are so many new beginnings that come with endings. So I know that you guys are going to be set, especially because you're so entertaining. You have a great dynamic, and you guys actually have a lot of placements that work all well together. So if there was something where you guys wanted to go out on your own and try to entrepreneur your way through it, you absolutely could.
Guys, I mean, storm content. Who's coming with me? We're basically doing Twister
go.
3 point.
Yeah,
We
I'm
could
in
honestly-
Kansas,
we
so
could
storm
send
chasing is a big
Paul-
thing here.
We
So-
could send Paul, like every week, we could send Paul to the worst weather city where there's a game, and Paul can do live reports as he's getting blown into the lake or whatever.
That would be
Something
perfect.
to think about. Captivating
You know,
content.
Joe will
Send
be
Paul
out
to
traveling the
Buffalo, hang out
world.
with Shope.
I'd do that.
Am I the only one with the temper moon out of the four
You
of
don't
us?
have a temperament. You have a really emotional moon. And so that can be like there's
Oh,
just a
boy.
flood of emotions within your chart. You know, Jake's
Yeah.
moon is over at 22 degrees Virgo. And then we have Paul's moon at 2 degrees Aquarius. Those are a little bit more behind the scenes, a little bit more analytical. They're a little bit more. So it's kind of fitting that producer wise. And then having Joe's moon in the 9th house there, and then having Sam's moon in the 9th house. It's very much a travel. So maybe you guys could do like a road show. I don't know if you guys have any interest in traveling and going to different places, but there's very much an air of travel and hitting all over the world. So you could just be globally famous from wherever it is that you're streaming, and that's another option as well.
Okay,
I
I would like
twist
to.
my arm.
I would like to ask about anything that you uncovered or anything you found that you saw and went, ooh. I mean, there had to be something.
I mean, the one reason that I said that Paul's chart was one of the favorite ones to look at is because he is going through the most intense transit with Pluto conjunct his moon right now. So there's a lot of emotional obstacles as well as transformation happening. Not sure if you're into aliens at all, but that is also a very like big UFO and like extraterrestrial and like all things unknown placement to have your moon in the 12th house. You also need a lot of alone time. That is something that's definitely going to be hitting. And then with Jake's chart, the South Node is currently transiting all of his Virgo placements. And Jake has 6 placements in Virgo. So that's very much daily routine is important. Keeping your health up is important. Making sure that you aren't too nervous. Your gut health is really important because all the planets rule over different areas of the body too. So that's why I mentioned all that.
Going to space, guys.
There are.
Yes,
Alone,
I'm here
too,
for this.
by yourself.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Literally send me to the moon. Whatever.
Just get me out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys agree, but there are definitely some things here that are mentioned. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty
I think
spot
the foot
on.
surgery one was pretty loud. I was like, if that
Yeah.
is something that you need to do, you absolutely need to get that done before February 2026, if you can.
It's good timing.
Yeah, I guess this
Maybe.
winter. Yeah. Yeah.
Time
it's
to
not a
take care
bad
of your
idea.
feet. Yeah,
All
and
right,
you know,
I'll
honestly,
do it.
Patrick Mahomes has a lot of the same Virgo transits going on that Jake has. There's a lot of intense, back and forth struggles. He's got his Saturn return happening right now, and Saturn returns are difficult when you're coming of age around 30, 31, 32. That's when Saturn return hits the hardest, and it can be a big shift. It can be a crumbling of sorts. It's all about your health and wellness, and I haven't seen anything bad for Mahomes in the upcoming game. If anything, the Chiefs have a huge chance right now to take all of this misplaced energy. Mahomes is so fired up. He's so angry. Kansas City is a very big, small town. And the people that are around Mahomes are close by in the area. And it's like he has never been more angry about the way he's been playing, the way everyone else has been playing. And it's like this amped up energy. So if we can contain that and harness that going into that Colts game, we do have a strong chance the Chiefs are able to have this massive transit towards the end of January, which could piss everybody off again because they'd be back in the Super Bowl. But this really is obviously a make or break game coming up for them. And while they have a lot of transformative energy with Pluto in the South Node, it's going to be something that is up to them. But this upcoming game, the Vertex, which is the very, very highlight point of the chart, is in Virgo. So I do feel like Mahomes is going to shine and take this one on his back and get the win.
All right. If people are just checking in, they might be a little confused. This is BetSweats, Joe Ostrowski, Sam Panianovich with Gracey the Witch at North Astrology over on social media. She's a big Chiefs fan, so that's why she had a lot of intel there on that team. What about college football? During our off-air conversation, Paul reminded us that when we had you on last year, you were in on the Ohio State Buckeyes, and we all know what happened there with them winning the championship. Is there anything that you're seeing in college football?
Right now in college, I'm going to go all in on Georgia. I'm a huge fan of their program, and anyone that has that cute of a mascot, you got to go with. And it's a very feminine answer of me to be going with the mascot here, but also the stars do line up quite a bit. So Ohio State had an incredible run last year. They also won the game on their lunar return. So that was definitely a highlight for me to see and learn more with Ohio State. And that was just kind of one of those runs that you just watch and you're like, yeah, this all makes sense. So with Georgia, I'm definitely going to be in on them.
I might have to get some Georgia stock because Joe and I last year predicted Ohio State. You came on the show, didn't even know our predictions. You predicted Ohio State, and then we didn't even bet it, and it cost us money because we didn't listen to our inner voice and in your beliefs, and it cost us. It's our own fault, honestly.
You got to get one of those spiritual councils like Kelly in Vegas has.
Yep. Well, we also called Ohio State, if I could speak, Ohio State over Notre Dame, and we didn't bet that one either.
Wow. You guys definitely, obviously there's a lot of betting placements in all of your charts too. You guys all have fifth house placements. Joe, you have the most fifth house placements. So betting and hobbies are definitely something that stick out to you. And it's something that is quite spiritual to you. I have written down that betting and also women give you many blessings, especially groups of women.
Let's go. Let's go.
You've got this.
That's amazing.
Feet,
that's so good.
Women. That's what I'm
Travel
about.
Yeah.
Travel.
We'll see you in Valhalla, Joe.
Living the life for sure.
This is awesome.
Phenomenal.
I love
was there anything else NFL wise aside from your Chiefs that you think is noteworthy?
I've been following along with a lot of the teams, and a lot of the teams were founded around the same time. So I use a chart from the day that they were founded or announced or had permission to found. And so they're all right there in the late 50s, early 60s. So a lot of the old guard teams are having these rougher years. Philadelphia is one of them for sure. they're having these South Node transits as well. And the South Node is like this karmic reckoning magnet that goes around, and it's a nodal point on the moon. It's not an actual planet or placement. So it's just this vibe, and it's a bad vibe right now. The NFL in general has the same birth date as Patrick Mahomes. So if you want to know if they're struggling a little bit, they absolutely are. They have an exact birth chart since they were at like 6:10 p.m. in Canton, Ohio on September 17th. And they have a lot of struggles coming up. So I think that there's going to be a lot more reform, especially in the concussion and CTE stuff that's going on with the transit of Chiron and Aries. So the NFL has a lot of paperwork coming up, a lot of possible protesting coming up, and really they just want to make sure that everything is as smooth as possible because there's a lot of changes going on in the NFL in general. But Philadelphia Eagles have been one of the ones that I've been watching, and I'm like, damn, they really are getting hit just as hard as the Chiefs are. So it's been hard to watch, but those two Super Bowl teams were, matching up at the beginning of the year, and we had a lot of high hopes. But for now, we're just hoping that the Chiefs can get to another win at some point this season.
There you go, Gracey the Witch at North Astrology. Thank you so much for your time. We have a lot to unpack on the other side about what we just heard. Joe O, Sammy P, BetSweats, BetMGM Network.
You're listening to BetSweats with Joe O and Sammy P on the BetMGM Network.